Hello students, welcome to the video on marketing management. I am Tirtha Prasad K, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GFJC Chennapatna. We are studying module number 2, that is marketing mix and legal aspects of marketing. You can see this picture on the left side. So there are some packed items lying on the floor. So we are going to study about packages. Yes. We are going to study packaging rules and FSSAI. So objectives of the class would be to understand the packaging rules, understand the role of FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Security Standards Authority of India, and we also study definitions of certain terms. So come on students, we shall start the class on the Packaging Rules 1977 and FSSAI. Students, you might have observed the labels of chocolates, okay, especially those which have too much sugar. On the label, calories will be mentioned, okay. So if you consume the whole chocolate, you're going to carry that much calories. So in this picture, the honey bar, it has 180 calories. So if you eat the whole chocolate, you will carry 180 calories, okay. If you eat only the half, then you will carry 90 calories, okay. Some nutritional facts should be mentioned on the label of every food article. Not only food articles, other goods, for example cigarettes. On the label of every cigarette pack, it should mention it is injurious to health. It causes cancer. Smoking kills. Like that. Okay. So as per packaging rules. So these rules may be called as the standards of weights and measures, or packaged commodities rules 1977. Okay. They shall extend to the whole of India. They shall apply to commodities in packaged form which are intended or likely to be intended to be sold. Okay. So those packaged items which are for sale or likely for sale. So likely to be sold, distributed or delivered or offered or displayed for sale, distribution or delivery. So whatever it is called, so it is meant for delivery or distribution or sale. Okay. So which are to be stored for sale. So packaged commodities which are stored for sale or for distribution or delivery in the course of interstate trade and commerce. So it applies to those packaged commodities also, which are in the course of distribution of interstate trade and commerce. Let us have a look at some of the definitions. First one, dealer. So dealer in relation to any commodity in packaged form, I mean the packaged commodity. So dealer means a person who, or a firm, or a Hindu undivided family. So these three are called persons. Okay. may be an individual, it may be a business firm, or it may be a Hindu undivided family, which carries on directly or otherwise the business of buying, selling, supplying, or distributing any such commodity, whether for cash or for deferred payment or any kind of consideration, and includes a commission agent. Okay, so commission agent is also called as a dealer who carries on such business on behalf of his principal and does not include a manufacturer. Okay, manufacturer is not a dealer who manufactures any commodity which is sold or distributed in a packaged form, except where such commodity is sold by such manufacturer to any other person other than a dealer. Okay, so only if the manufacturer sells those goods which are manufactured by him to the final consumer directly, then manufacturer is also called as dealer. Okay, the basic requirement is final sale. Okay, so the person who is involved in the business of buying, selling, supplying, or distributing any such commodity for any kind of consideration and includes commission agent and includes manufacturer also if he directly sells to the final consumer. Okay, manufacturer. The next definition in relation to any commodity in packaged form means a person who or a firm or Hindu undivided family which produce, makes or manufactures such commodity and includes a person who puts or causes to be put any mark on any packaged commodity not produced, made, manufactured by him, or mark claims the commodity in the package to be commodity produced, made, or manufactured by such person. Okay, yes. So manufacturer, it's a long sentence, I will keep it short. Okay, so any person. So person includes individual, business firm, or HUF. Okay, so any person producing or making, preparing, manufacturing a commodity. Okay, or any person who puts his brand name or who puts his company name. Okay, or who authorizes another person to use his brand name or his company name is also a manufacturer. Okay, so he need not necessarily manufacture the product. If he allows the other person to put his name on the package, his brand name or company name on the package, then he is also the manufacturer. Next, maximum permissible error in relation to the quantity, including the quantity declared to be given free by the manufacturer or packer contained in the individual package, means an error in deficiency subject to the provision of these rules does not exceed the prescribed limit. Okay, so there is a limit. So there is a limit for the error or deficiency under the provisions of the Act. It should not exceed the prescribed limit. Okay, so that is the packaging rule. Suppose for a certain article you should not use uh, paper packages. Okay, for a certain article you should not use paper packages. Even if you use paper packages, it should be of a certain quality. Okay, it should be of a certain quality so that the contents inside the package can be conveniently handled. And you can take the example of plastic also. There is cheap plastic available in the market. Okay, you should not use that for packaging. Even if you want to use plastic, it should be of a certain grade. It should be of certain quality. Okay. So in packaging, there is something called maximum permissible error. Maximum permissible error. So it is the maximum extent that can be uh, allowed. Okay, that can be permitted. So beyond that error, the person responsible for that error has to be punished. Okay, under the packaging rules. Then net quantity in relation to commodity contained in a package means quantity by weight, measure or number of such commodity contained in that package excluding the packaging or wrapper. So some articles come in bottles, some articles come in Tetra packs, some come in cardboard boxes, okay, plastic containers, okay. So excluding that container, excluding the weight of that container, what is the net quantity? What is the quantity of goods uh, present inside the container? So that is the net quantity, okay. Pre-packed commodity. Pre-packed commodity commodity means a commodity which the sorry a commodity which without the purchaser being present is placed in a package of whoever nature, whether sealed or opened, so that commodity contained therein has a predetermined value and includes those commodities which could be taken out of the package for testing or examining or inspecting the commodity. Okay. So pre-packed commodity is a packed commodity whether sealed or in open condition, okay, so that the commodity contained therein has a predetermined value. So the commodity which is contained inside has a predetermined value and includes those commodities which could be taken out of the package. So they have packed in such a way that some commodities can be or some part of the commodity may be taken out of the package for testing or examining or inspecting the commodity. Okay. So all these come under pre-packed commodity. Whether some part of the commodity can be taken out of the package or not, okay, it is pre-packed commodity only. And under this act, there are provisions applicable to packages intended for retail sale. Okay, retail packages. But these provisions shall not apply to packages of commodities containing quantity of more than 25 kg or 25 liter if it is a liquid commodity, excluding cement and fertilizer sold in bags up to 50 kg. Okay, it applies to cement and fertilizer sold in bags up to 50 kg. Okay, but it does not apply to packages of commodities containing quantity of 25 kg or 25 liter. So more than that, more than 25 kg or 25 liter. And the second one, second exclusion, packaged commodities meant for industrial consumers or institutional consumers. Okay, so some other industry uses the same uh, packaged commodity for production of some other goods, then these provisions are not applicable. Or if packaged commodities are meant for the use of institutional consumers, then also these provisions don't apply. And it has provisions on regulations for pre-packing and sale of commodities in packaged form. Okay, so regulations for pre-packing and sale. It has provisions on declarations to be made on every package about contents, packing date, period of expiry, health hazards if any, etc. So all these information should be present on the package label. Okay. It has provisions relating to wholesale dealer and retail dealers. So there are some restrictions on wholesale dealers and retail dealers with regard to packaging. Okay. And there are provisions applicable to wholesale packages. As you can see in the picture, there are big lots. There are big lots of packaged commodities which are packed into cardboard boxes. Okay, these are wholesale packages. So there are provisions on declarations applicable to be made on every wholesale package. Okay, the person who is responsible for wholesale packaging should make declarations. Okay, so declarations about the content, the package size, the number of units, okay, the quality or grade, etc. Every wholesale package shall bear thereon a legible, definite, plain and conspicuous declaration as to the name and address of the manufacturer, or where the manufacturer is not the packer, of the packer. Okay, so this means the wholesale package should clearly mention the name and address of the manufacturer. Okay, if the manufacturer is not responsible for the packaging, then it should provide the name and address of the packer. Okay, and the identity of commodity contained in the package. So what is inside? So what is inside the package? So it should mention details of that. And the total number of retail packages contained in such wholesale package, or the net quantity in terms of standard units of weights, measures, or number of the commodity contained in the wholesale package. Okay. For example, in case of shampoo, how many bottles of shampoo present inside the wholesale package? Okay, so you should mention the details in standard units, suppose in kg or liter or ml, or number of bottles, okay, or number of retail packages present inside the wholesale package. So like that, you should mention the details. And the next, we shall study about FSSAI. So the picture you see on the right side is the signboard of FSSAI. Okay, so FSSAI stands for Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. It works under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So FSSAI is a statutory body established under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It has been established under the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006, which is a consolidating statute related to food safety and regulation in India, and it is headed by a non-executive chairman appointed by the central government, either holding or has held the position of not below the rank of secretary to the government of India. So at present, Rajesh Bhushan is the current chairperson for FSSAI, and Shri Arun Singhal is the current chief executive officer for FSSAI, and it has its headquarters in New Delhi. It also has 6 regional offices located in Delhi, Guwahati, Mumbai, Kolkata, Cochin, and Chennai. 14 referral laboratories are notified by FSSAI, 72 state UT laboratories located throughout India, and 112 laboratories are NABL accredited private laboratories notified by FSSAI. So NABL stands for National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibrating, Testing and Calibration Laboratories. Okay. So just like NAC, which accredits universities and colleges with certain type of grades, A plus, B plus, like that. So laboratories are also accredited by NABL. Okay. And FSSAI functions under the administrative control of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And what are the main aims of FSSAI? It lays down science-based standards for articles on food. Okay, so for food articles, it prescribes some standards which are scientific, which are science-based. It regulates the manufacture, storage, distribution, import, and sale of food and food articles. Okay, it facilitates the safety of food. So to pursue these objectives, FSSAI has powers to inspect, investigate any person related to production, distribution, supply of food articles. These are the main functions of FSSAI. It frames regulations which are called standards and guidelines in relation to food articles, and it specifies appropriate system of enforcing various standards which are notified. So it sets regulations in the form of standards and guidelines, but also it takes steps for its implementation. It lays down mechanisms and guidelines for accreditation of certification bodies engaged in certification of food safety management system for food businesses, okay, like NABL. So National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories. So they are the certification bodies engaged in certification of food safety management. It also lays down procedure and guidelines for accreditation of laboratories and notification of accredited laboratories. It provides scientific advice and technical support to central government and state governments in the matters of framing the policy and rules in areas which have a direct or indirect bearing of food safety and nutrition. So in such areas which are related to food safety and nutrition, it advises and gives technical support to central government and state governments in making policies. It collects and collates, it collects and collate data regarding food consumption, incidence and prevalence of biological risk, contaminants in food, residues of various contaminants. Okay, got it wrong. Contaminants in food, comma, residues of various contaminants in food products, identification of emerging risks, and introduction of rapid alert system. So it collects data related to all these things. So data related to food consumption, incidences of biological risk, okay, or prevalence of biological risk, contaminants in food, residues of various contaminants in food products, okay, identification of emerging risks, and rapid alert system. So it introduces rapid alert systems. It creates an information network across the country so that the public, consumers, panchayats, etc. receive rapid, reliable and objective information about food safety and issues of concern. Okay, so these are the local authorities, panchayats, and also the public and consumers. It provides training programs for persons who are involved or intend to get involved in food businesses. It contributes to the development of international technical standards for food, sanitary and phytosanitary standards. Okay. It promotes general awareness about food safety and food standards. So everything related to food safety and security. So that is what the FSSAI has been set up for. And thank you students. Thank you for your patient watching. Study well for the exams. All the best.